Okay, hopefully this works. Let's see. I need to open up the chat. It looks like it's working. Excellent. So I'm going to share this new link. Geez, that was not fun. Hello, everybody. I'm sorry about that. I have never had that happen to me before, and I still don't know what happened. So if you could do me a favor and just send that link, send this new link around so that people know where to go. I really appreciate it. Whew. That got me flustered. So let's take a second. Let's take a moment to just ground. Take a moment to see where we are right now in our bodies, energetically, what we're being drawn to. Let's say hi to our grounding. Let's say hello to the energy centers above our heads where we receive our higher information. And let's greet each other and our guides who are here right now. And let's take 3 deep breaths in and out. And although we're here today for readings, there is a part of us that already has the answer. And we know what the answer is, and it's either that we don't want to hear it or we're avoiding it. There's a part of ourselves that doesn't believe it. So let's just validate those aspects of ourselves that either are afraid of the truth or can't comprehend it. Those parts of us are okay too. And we can accept them and love them, and we don't have to run away or shame those parts of ourselves. So do me a favor and give me a shout, say hi when you join. My name is Alana, and I am a mystic and intuitive and a goldsmith. And I used to do these lives all the time. Like, I feel like it was around like 2020, I used to do these lives and I would come on and read people, and it was so fun. And then something just, I don't know if it was nerves or whatever, but I stopped doing it. And then today my soul was like, go ahead, do some winter solstice readings. So I did it. I said, fine, I'll be courageous and I'll do it, and we'll see what happens. And I wasn't sure if anyone would join because it's been so long since I've done this type of thing, but I wanted to connect with you guys and show you guys if I can do it. I want you guys to do something courageous as well. What is something that your souls are telling you guys to do more of? And I would like for you to take that leap. And I'll even channel something for you too, if that is relevant. So I pulled some cards before I went on live, and here is the first one. Let me show you what I'm using, the Okana Oracle. My sound is okay, right? Let me know in the live chat. Okay. So I love this deck because it is so truthful and real and just like cuts straight to the point. So the first card is Grit. Do you see that? It's so pretty. And it says on it, when a needle falls into a well, many people will look into the well, but few will go down after it. Okay, so I'm just gonna quickly read what it says in the description of this oracle card, and then I'll tell you guys how it's relevant for us right now. So the shadow element of this card is involving oneself in situations that do not pertain to us and taking on the accompanying responsibilities in a resentful fashion. So this is like typical like empath storyline where we take on other people's business and it's not our business, and we need to learn what is our business, what is our responsibility, and what is not. So that's my 2 cents so far. So when this card pops up into a reading, it can indicate resentments you or someone may be feeling regarding situations you or someone may have inserted themselves into for no real reason other than to be involved. It is asking you to take a look to see if you are currently undergoing the stress or handling a problem or situation for someone else when it really isn't your responsibility to do so. For example, let's say you have 2 friends who are at odds. Once you insert yourself either at the behest of them to take sides or on your own accord, you are now inserted into a quarrel that could potentially have disastrous consequences for your relationship with both parties. This can be applied to work issues, family issues. This card is a warning that inserting yourself into a problem others have with a party that is not you is baseless and low vibrational. That's a read. That's funny. It is telling you to refrain from jumping into non-serious confrontation over issues that aren't your own, because it only creates rifts and discontent in your worlds where there should otherwise be none. Okay, so that's the description from this book. Again, it's the Arcana Oracle. And so what I'm getting from this is be very clear with your energy. Be very clear when you're feeling discontent, when you're feeling off about are you feeling your own energy? Or are you feeling someone else's energy? And it's a call to just reestablish your own energy boundary practice and your own energy healing practice. I feel like everyone here is like has super amazing energy healing skills that you really want to do on other people, but are you really doing it on yourself too? Are you focusing on yourself and allowing that overflow to go to other people? Are you doing your own practices on yourself consistently every day? Are you managing your frequency in terms of doing a little check and saying like, oh, what have I absorbed? What is that feeling there? Because it can be harmful in our bodies, our relationship with our body, if we're not doing that. So that's what I'm feeling from that first card. And for those of you guys who just joined, I'm just doing a quick collective reading before we get into the individual reading. So come say hi in the chat when you're joining. So the next one I got is Harmony. Okay, so it says, where there is life, there is always hope. And I'm gonna just read this intuitively for this one. And it's so beautiful. There is so much shadow work that everyone is doing right now. And sometimes it can really make you feel down. And sometimes it sucks. There's no other word to describe it, but it sucks as we're getting these like old parts of ourselves out of the equation. It can be painful. And it's reminding you that there was always life and newness and hope and success within these crappy feelings too. There's always another aspect that you can tap into. It's always there, no matter what, no matter how you're feeling. This is a world of duality, right? So if you're feeling completely down in the dumps, there is an alternative. That's just what Earth is about. There are sides to everything. There's an opposite for everything. And then the last one is ase. It says the world was created by one. And what I intuit is a reminder that we are not only connected, we're not only all connected by one, but there is such support, angelic support, spiritual support, our guardians, our angels, that we're all interconnected with our ancestors that are here right now. And despite any pain we may be feeling, despite any hesitancy or nervousness that we're feeling about the changes that we need to make in our lives, we have so much support. And when is the last time that you asked for help from your divine team? When is the last time that you've been super clear? And then from there, when you've been super clear with your team, what action have you taken to support that, to support what you're asking for? So those are the 3 messages that I got for all of us. Let's see if there's anything else my soul has to say. Yeshua is here. He's like, hi guys. He's just holding down the fort, grounding. So thank you, Yeshua. So does anyone have a question? I ask that you put your name in the chat and your question. And I'm feeling like a really good inquiry, something that's relevant is like the next step in stepping into your purpose and mission, and what's some sacred action that we can take. So who wants to be first? Hi, Christina. Hi, Diamond. Hi, Cassie. Hi, Wanda. Hi, Angela. JT and Pam. Yadira. Victoria. Hello. It's good to see you guys. If you guys don't want a message, I can just keep talking. I can keep channeling. I'm good with that too. Okay. Yes. Cassandra, sacred action and helping me through the holidays. I'm seeing you writing letters to your father and communicating with him that way. Opening up the spirit communication and not being afraid of that. It feels a bit like feeling timid about how you'll perceive him in this aspect as a spirit, and he's encouraging you to take a step and see what happens, because there's a beautiful relationship there. Let me know if that makes sense. But it feels very like a nurturing practice for you. And to know that you are never alone. That is complete. Let me know, Cassie, if that makes sense, if you have anything that you'd like to follow up on. Okay. Simon, did you want one? I wasn't sure. Let me know in the comments. Okay, so Christina, you would like to know if you're supposed to look for a new job or stay put. I am so unclear. I'm feeling new job for sure. And I'm getting that there are so many pathways about it. So I'd like for you to invoke wonder and courage in your life to allow all that creativity to come in and stop saying no to yourself. So write down all of the dreams and visions and just amazing things that you can think of that you feel like are way out of your league, and just write it down. And then next to that list, next to each point, write down the next step that you can take in that vision. It also involves sharing more of yourself, whether it's on social media or your community, but that is a major part of it. Stop hiding yourself and your gifts and your abilities, because it is abundant and it is a form of your abundance. That's your currency. Did you see Sasha or did you hear her? She's walking around, but let's not, I don't want to call her over here to distract me. Okay. Pam, what is my next step in my journey? I'm waiting for my dog to chill out. She's like right next to me right now. If I make eye contact with her, she's gonna know that she's gonna start barking. You're welcome, Christina. Okay, good, Cassie. I'm glad that makes sense. Okay. She's just gonna hover. There's a lot of energy, so she's just like, what's going on? Okay. Pam Willis, what is my next step in my journey? I'm seeing writing for you. I'm seeing sacred writing, creative writing. I'm seeing you journaling. I'm seeing you doing sacred invocations for yourself as well. And largely spiritual development, understanding your gifts and utilizing them more. I'm getting the message that have courage and know that even if your gifts aren't developing in the way that you expected them to be, or maybe at the pace that you want it to happen at, your guys are saying, screw that. Just allow it. Just allow yourself to have fun with it and open up in that way. Don't compare yourself to others, and that don't say like, oh, this person is there, I want to be there too. Just be where you are and start there. And do a little bit every day. Be consistent with it. And then from there, you'll receive intuitive nudges about next steps from there. So Pam, let me know if that makes sense. Heidi, hi. Can you ask a specific question, please? Thank you. Okay. Diamond, you said you wanted sacred action, right? Okay. Let me just drink some water first. Hmm. Ooh, I'm seeing so many things for you, Diamond, about like your sacred business. And I'm seeing like an explosion in terms of your community, and that includes local as well, local events too. And it's happening sooner than you realize. So some of the visions that you've been seeing are happening soon. And adding to that momentum by starting to plan it and see where you will have these events and envision them. But it feels like in person, it feels like there's also some digital stuff, online stuff too, but really calling you to do local, whatever that means for you, wherever community you find yourself, like start that planning. You're going to be a badass at it. Okay. That was for Diamond Greer Jones, by the way, not Diamond Doll. Diamond Doll. Mm, I need to get Diamond's energy out of the way. Sometimes the mind is like, there's the same name. And let me just, Diamond, if you can ask, Diamond Doll, if you can ask a specific question, that will help me. Thank you. Yadira, does Joshua have an invitation for me regarding what direction to take for current work pursuit? Yes. I invoke my sacred heart to take divine action and follow my heart wherever it leads me. This is about trusting yourself, trusting your decisions, trusting your intuition. No one can tell you but you. People can give you nudges. People will give you a little insight that can spark ideas, but ultimately you know yourself the most. So, what are you feeling for yourself when you remove all of those veils, all of those excuses, all of the reasons, all of the past pain? And what is it that you want to do? And think of it as short term, what do you want to do? And then long term. And see yourself like in that path and know that you will be taken care of. Forward motion is what's necessary. And I'm feeling that too. I think there's just so much being shaken up right now, and it can cause some of us to be into like freeze mode and not want to take any action. And that is probably one of the most self-deprecating, what is it, like, get the way to get in our way by just freezing and not wanting to do anything. So hopefully that helps. He's saying that the trust and the peace and the love that you have for me, this is Yeshua speaking, reflect that upon yourself. And that's a message for everyone too. The trust and the love and the hope and the excitement and the peace that you feel when he's around, when you call him in, is yours. And he wants you to feel that for yourself too. Teresa, can you ask a specific question, please? Okay, so Victoria, what could help when dealing with lifelong disease? Okay, I'm sorry to hear that, Victoria. When I said I'm sorry to hear that, Victoria, your guys were like, don't say that. She is not weak. She is strong and mighty. There is nothing to be sorry for whatsoever. She is an amazing human and is fully capable of life and living. And there's nothing wrong with being angry. You can be angry at times. You can feel fine at times. You can feel tired at times. And that's perfectly okay. So your question about how to learn, there's a few questions here. I'm tapping into what they would like to tell you right now that's relevant. When you're feeling a particular way, relax into that feeling. When you're feeling tired, relax into that feeling, as opposed to fighting against yourself. The feelings of feeling low and struggling could be from working against yourself. There are very well times that you do need to be resting or in particular states, and that's okay. Can you relax into that? Can you ease into that and be okay with that? That is your mission right now. Trusting yourself, trusting your nudges, and that's how you trust God. Instead of like general questions, can you put in a specific question, please? That will be very helpful. Thank you. Okay. Heidi. So Angela, if you can put in a specific question, that would be super helpful. Heidi, have I completed? Sorry, when I'm reading, I go into a different headspace, and then when I have to actually read the comments, I have to like kind of lower myself back down so that I can read. And so that's why I sound slow. That's why, because I'm like, okay, come back, Alana. Okay. Have I completed my soul's task? If not, there is a message to jumpstart. This question is like, your soul's like many tasks. There's many tasks. What do you mean? There's so much for us to do together. Don't you have ideas in your head, things that come up and you feel like it's like hogwash is what you're saying? It's like whatever, it's full of shit. Well, it's not. Pick one and start from there. She's a little feisty. She's not letting you get away with that. She's like, there's so much. There's a lot. If you have any questions about that, be more specific. But she's like, come on. She's like, come on. You know. Hello, Jasmine. Okay. Diamond Burnett. Hello. Okay. That is super helpful. Now I'm like tapping into you. Okay. You would love to know what's relevant for you right now. My ego's like, can you ask something else? There's so many relevant things for you right now. What's coming up right now is about your spiritual gifts, your intuitive abilities, and that you have them, and are you using them? That's what's coming up. Is that relevant for you to know right now? Is that something that you want to hear right now? Is another thing, but that's the first thing that I'm being shown. Mm-hmm. Okay. Wanda, why did you delete your message? Okay, you want a card pull? I don't know if I can do that. We'll see. When I get to you, we'll see what comes up. You're welcome, Yadira. Hi, Mary. I woke up at 3:33 and heard three voices talking. They were talking about no one answered back. Those were your spirit guides. They were having a meeting. And they responded in frequency. So give yourself a quiet moment and allow yourself to just tap into the frequency of what they were saying to you. It feels like it was like a council meeting and that your higher self was involved too. So she definitely has access to that information. Angela. Will you be relocating anytime soon? I'm getting a yes if you allow it. Okay. Wanda, can you ask a question and then I'll pull a card for you? I'll pull a card based on that inquiry. And the cards that we're using is from the Okana Oracle, and it's a really great shadow work card deck. Okay. Heidi, your guides are still like, you still know. I feel like they've given you so many ideas that you're just too afraid to start it. So you want something that's like a little smaller and safer. And they're like, no, we already told you. They're not giving me any hints. They're just saying, do the first thing that you feel comfortable doing with all the stuff that they gave you. I don't know. That's what they're being very clear about that. So they're very funny though. Jasmine, I appreciate insight about bringing another child into the world right now. Is the question what guidance? Like, can you put that in question form? I don't want to make any assumptions. So thank you. JT, what is your name? Okay, Victoria. JT, tell me your name and then I can try to intuit something. Hello, Celie? Is it Celie, Jane? No. Okay. Hi, Celie. So we're just have a few more minutes left and I'm going to continue taking your questions. Celie, let me know if there's a question that you have. Sunwa Marie Kim, I'm seeing you stretching into the body more. Is that a possibility for you to do some yoga-like activities. I'm seeing you stretching and doing some body work and just really nurturing your body in that way. And that like ignoring it isn't going to be helpful for you right now. And ignoring in general is, they're saying that's a theme, like ignoring and avoidance, and that's not helpful either. That needs to be nipped in the bud. To see your occurrence in your life as it is right now, instead of avoiding certain truths. Okay, Tammy. Can you ask a different question or something a little bit more specific? Sometimes when there's like a lot, that when it's a super general question, I don't always get like an immediate message about it. So that would be super great. Okay, anyone else? So while I'm just waiting like a minute or so for any other questions, you can take a look at my website. I just made available these inner child readings to like add in some more sacred play and fun into our lives. Our inner children have like so many ideas for how to like put in more play and affection into these tumultuous times. And the reason I really wanted to do this is my inner child was like, oh, let me decide, I'll plan it. And then I'm like, yes, take the reins, inner child, let's play together. So I created this 20-minute reading, and you guys can book it on my website, alanaheavenly.com. And I also have regular sessions as well. Seely, get a doctor that you trust and question that doctor completely. Your questions are fair, and find a doctor that's open to answering your questions as opposed to shutting you out. Wanda, an invocation for self-empowerment. What I'm seeing is there are so many paths, and yet you won't pick one. Like you won't move forward on any of them. Did you delete that? Did you delete your question, Wanda? So the guys are saying, pick a path and we will help you and light a fire under your ass with divine creativity when you decide how to move forward. Okay, Jasmine, curious if there's ever a more resonant time to have a I'm curious if now is it, or is it just my fears and desire for feel like there's something deeper to your question, Jasmine, and that your mind is coming up with reasons not to, but there's some valid reasons underneath all of that. And it's not about saying like it's a good time or a bad time to have a child. It's more like you can, if that is what you desire, what you want to do. Is it what you want to do though? It's not about the timing. It's about, is this something that you really like to bring in? Is it something that you want to do? Be real with yourself completely is what your guys are saying. Don't use the excuse of like timing. There's something, some truth there that you're avoiding. And that, yeah, that's all I'm going to say here. But yeah, let me know if there's anything that you'd like for me to clarify on. Okay. Just seeing if there's anyone that I have not. Okay, Jania. It's interesting. I'm like crickets. That's what I'm getting. So I'm curious. This is from me talking here. Is this what you actually want to do? Is this the right question for you, is what I'm asking. Is there something else? Because your guys are being silent right now. So perhaps I've already told you your next steps, or perhaps there's something completely different that they're trying to get you to look at that you're not looking at. Okay. Well, this was fun. Thank you guys for being here with me. It was so nice. Thanks for showing up. I was nervous that no one would show up, but you guys showed up for me. And I hope to do this again in the future sometime soon. And yes, if you want to work with me one-on-one, check out my website. I'll put it here. And I so love doing soul essence readings, and I love showing people how to use their intuitive gifts. And thank you for the opportunity to do this, and have a beautiful solstice. Yes, take care of yourselves. Talk to your higher selves. You can do a simple invocation like, I invoke my higher self to speak through me right now, or I invoke my soul to speak to me right now. And just spend some time just writing down what it is that you feel from your soul. That is my assignment for you guys. And I love you. Please like and share and subscribe if